didn't you ever take any accounting classes or business classes in school? So I just said, no. And then she sits back, eyes get super wide. She looks at me and she goes, wow. To my face while clapping. You've got a lot of catching up to do.
Oh my!
I didn't know what to say.
The most condescending boss.
So condescending.
Welcome to the Spencer Whiteout podcast. Rated R.
You have some criminal charges, bro. Guess like we're avoiding the shark. Call it leather fetish.
No, today turbo neck day.
I'll give you a kiss. You give me your number.
Got checked out a ton, dude. Tell me you felt.
We're Americans. We're the ones that are descendants from the 1776 musket-bearing motherfuckers.
Welcome to the Spencer Whiteout podcast, where we collect experiences as badges, memories as treasures, and stories as wealth. In today's comedy episode, my good friends Luke Reed, Alex Vollmann, and my sister Tiffany Dawson tell funny stories including a first date fail, a car crash, world's worst boss, and a quite confusing church. Originally recorded April 18th, 2021, this is a blast from a nostalgic past. Let's dive in.
Oh, wait, this one. All right, I can't wait.
I don't know if we have a specific name for it.
But it's another terrible date story.
Oh yeah, dude.
You know, I've got a lot of those. All right, this one is with my friend Carissa. We had a lot of good times in KFC. We both worked at KFC in high school. I guess we went on a quote date. I don't really know. I don't even really remember. I just remember me and her hung out. We like went to some food or some coffee shop or whatever. I don't remember because all I do remember is dropping her back off at her house.
Get out of my car now! Get out of my car now!
She goes inside and I'm like, cool, you know, and I turned off my car. And then I try to start my car.
The old 67 Mustang.
And it does not start, dude.
Not known for reliability.
Nope.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting outside for 5 minutes trying to start this car, dude, and it's not
Looking
going.
like an idiot. Shots fired.
Oh, I got to rewind, though. I got to tell my favorite detail about KFC before I continue.
Chicken man lives, doesn't he?
When I worked at KFC, there was biscuits. I'm sure there still is to this day.
So
Yeah,
There's
there
these
are.
biscuits, right?
I can
and then they have
confirm.
the
Yeah.
amazing butter packets. And so Carissa, she'd always put her hair in a bun, right? And the bun would protrude from the back of the hat.
Scalp.
Right.
Right? And then I would always take a butter packet and shove it in her bun. I'd put it in the bun.
Whoa.
Nice. And I'd be like, oh, you got butter in your bun. And I'd do that over and over again. And most of the time she'd be like, stop, and take it out. Other times she'd be in the middle of like a drive-through order. And so
Like she couldn't
would
say anything.
No, because she has the box in one hand. She got the pliers in the other hand that like grabs the chicken, whatever you call those things.
It's a chicken.
The tongs.
The
She's got the
tongs.
tongs in the other hand.
Pliers.
And so
The
I would put the
forceps.
butter in her bun, and she would go the entire shift without noticing.
Wow, that's good. I mean, like prank-wise.
But back to the story at hand. Drop her off from the date, and my car will not start, dude.
You're not so tough without your car, are you?
Finally, the whole family comes out. Oh, you're still here.
Something's wrong with my car. I don't know what.
And they go, oh, okay, well, we're heading off to summer school right now. We have to go.
We have to go.
Well, you have a car. Oh, well, that's great.
Man, so
And was Carissa with them
humiliating.
too?
Oh, yeah. They all went off to their summer school thing.
Are you kidding me?
Dead of summer, by the way. This is like 100 degrees, gnarly heat. The mom goes, it's really hot. Like, go in our house if you want.
You're like, what the hell am I going to do?
What am I supposed to do? Like, read the coffee table book? Do the dishes? Do her taxes?
Raid her underwear drawer.
But the timer's ticking because the mom says, okay, we'll be back in about an hour and a half.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. I'll be gone by then.
And so then I'm frantically calling Tiffany. I don't know if you really remember this.
Honestly, I have no memory of it.
Well, because it wasn't a traumatic experience for you. For
Yeah.
you, it was just simply, oh, Spencer ran out of gas.
Again? freaking again.
I'll go pick him up. We'll go to the gas station, get some gas. Because that was such a normal occurrence for me with the Mustang. Because the Mustang does not have a working gas gauge. You know about this?
You have to go off the mileage.
I had to go off the mileage. So I have to calculate the mileage. Like, 200 miles from now is when I need to get gas again. And sometimes my calculations would be off.
My calculations are correct. When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious.
And so I'm sitting there for 45 minutes. I call Tiffany and she's like, well, I'm in Auburn. I can't get there for another 45, maybe 50 minutes. Please hurry, right?
Because you do not want to be there when they return.
No. And so at this point, I'm waiting, dude, to see who's going to come here first. It's either Carissa's family and I will be embarrassed times infinity, dude, because I'm still there, or it's going to be Tiffany.
The hot cards is drenched in sweat.
Finally, a car pulls up, and it's Tiffany's car. I'm like, yes, I'm saved. Thank you. So we go get gas at the Arco, and then we come back, and I'm like, thank God they're not here yet. They have not returned. But it's like, it's been an hour and a half. It's been past an hour and a half at this point. So her parents and her are destined to be coming back any second, dude. And we finally fill up the car and I like crank it, dude. I start the car and I peel out of there, dude. As I'm driving away, I see them come past me and I like duck out of the way, like
as if they're gonna see your car and think that maybe it's somebody else.
Yeah,
I know.
not
this
iconic car.
67 Mustang.
Probably somebody
dude.
else in a 67
Bread.
Mustang.
No, but I love my sister Tiffany because she totally saved me from that situation and I barely escaped.
You're welcome.
Thank you. So that's the story of my car breaking down. That's just one of the stories of my car breaking
You're just
down.
high maintenance.
The sacrifices you make to look cool.
All right, Alex. Another car story.
All right,
dude.
here we go. So this was my first car that I ever owned. One really particular detail that you need to know is that this was a black 2005 Toyota Prius. And so we're driving it up to Mammoth, so kind of the middle of nowhere a little bit, up in the mountains. And it's kind of an all-day drive. It starts getting dark, and we start seeing these deer crossing signs. But like for some reason, like I just have this really bad feeling.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Don't know, like I'm really scared we're gonna hit something. You know, we're going like 80 miles an hour as you do on a road trip, and we see the biggest elk that I've ever seen in my life. Like huge antlers. In the middle of the road, right in front of me. My split second decision is, do I plow into this thing? Which like is not your natural response on the road ever when you see something in front of you. Or do I swerve out of the way and try to save everyone's life in this situation? And so I swerve out of the way, but because I'm going so fast, my car starts to like skid. And it's like a slow motion Zack Snyder movie where like the elk is like right there. And at first he was looking straight at me. And then it's like his head's turning as we're like going around him. Circular dolly shot situation. Yeah. And I didn't hit him at all, but we're like skidding, to the back. And then I kind of try to swerve back to course correct, but it's not enough. And our car rolls twice. And we come back, we come to, the car's finally settled. There's just like dust everywhere. My window's broken, her window's broken.
The car is totaled, dude.
Well, I'm getting to that. Okay. We're both, kind of freaking out, of course. The adrenaline's pumping. And I feel my head and it's like wet. And I'm like, oh, damn. Is this blood? Like, are my brains like outside of where they should be right now? And so I'm feeling it and I'm like, even like kind of looking up and there's like a full like splatter kind of thing going on like toward like the side, like where my window should be. And then we look down and it turns out that it was coffee.
Your brain is made out of coffee?
My brain's made out of coffee, bro.
What? That's crazy. It
Splatter, dude.
Your brain matter.
So anyway, we were okay. My car was not. Spencer spoiled it, but it was completely totaled.
I crashed my car.
I'm glad you guys were okay.
It rolled
Yeah.
twice. Do you think it's fine?
No, I definitely didn't think so. I wasn't thinking it was going to be fine, but it was just like, you're there and you're like, are we dead? We're not. Okay, cool. Is my car dead? Yes. Are my things dead? Because I had also brought like some game systems along. Because I was like, we want to have a good time.
Use you for them?
Yeah, obviously. He was just like, bro, you got to bring your game systems or you're not coming.
I'll only hang out with you if you bring your game systems.
True.
But the crazy thing was like the back of my car, because it was like a hatchback, like nothing had broken in the back. So there's like no glass in our stuff.
None of the hatch.
None of the hatch had broken. No. So anyway.
Lucky
Wait, how did you
you.
get out of there then?
Well, I mean, the car doors still worked. So it was just like the glass that had broken.
Drive
and
away. How did you
we
leave?
didn't drive away. We got
Who'd
out of
you
the
call?
car and we didn't call anybody. Like there were people that saw it.
Oh, okay.
I guess there were people that came up after us and saw our car and everything. And our friends that were with us weren't like super far behind us. They saw what happened and were trying to help. And so we ended up getting in our friend's car and we continued on the trip. But it was just,
Wow.
it was freaky. Like the whole time trying to call like my insurance and figure out all that situation and, you know, what to do next and everything. And
Glad you made it out, Alex.
Yeah, thank you.
Insane.
Cool.
But like we should
Glad
play
you're
Halo
here.
sometime or
Yeah, let's
I don't
play
know,
Halo.
whatever.
Do you have any game systems?
Don't use me for my game systems, Luke.
I choose my friends based on their game system.
You have an addiction. Just using people for their game systems.
When I meet
addiction.
anybody, I'm like, what kind of game systems do you have?
Playing video games can become an addiction.
Yeah, I believe it.
All right, Tiffany's got a story.
Oh, man. Okay, this story. Okay, so this was a work story. So I was looking for a new job a couple years back. And so I had interviewed with this interior design studio and seemed like it was going to be a good fit. The interview went really well. And so after the interview, we scheduled the first day and it was a Friday. It was going to be my first day at work. And so I went in, got there right on time, you know, and then her name is Virgie.
What?
Short for Virginia. So her name is Virgie. Okay. Okay, so Virgie is showing me around the space because I hadn't really gotten the tour yet. And the place is like a little bit messy, but I'm like, okay, creative people, they can be a little messy.
Right. Probably means they're a genius.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, right.
And so she's showing me around. And then, you know, at this point, I didn't have my new computer yet. I had this old Mac laptop that I had since I started college. It was on its way out. So I was kind of like hoping that that wouldn't be a problem. And so she set me up at like this desk and she's working at one desk and I'm working at the other one. We were in adjoining rooms, but there was no door in between. So we could like see each other and talk to each other like through them. So she's like, okay, you sit over here with your computer and then I'll like send you stuff through iMessage. So my computer was old enough to where I couldn't sync up iMessage somehow. So that was like already presenting a problem. I'm like trying to take notes and like figure out how I can like work with the programs that I didn't have. And then she's like, okay, just sit over there.
Sit down and shut up.
And you can start looking online to like look at floor samples and maybe figure out how to help with some of the ordering. I'm like, okay, I don't really know what I'm doing. So I'm sitting over there and then she gets this phone call and she's like loudly talking / almost yelling on the phone. And all I hear her is saying like, what? You didn't get the order right? Can't you read English? Why can't you read English? She was like yelling at them for not being able to read English.
They were like, I literally cannot read English.
And so, you know, I'm in the other room. I'm just trying to mind my own business. And then at another point, she gets this phone call. She starts snapping her fingers at me. She starts pointing at her phone because she's on her office phone. She has her cell phone like on her desk. She starts like snapping her fingers, pointing at the cell phone, going, answer it, answer it. And I'm like, you want me to answer your cell phone? This is my first day on the job. So I pick up her phone and it's this guy named Mark. And she's like, oh, that's going to be Mark. Ask him about the flooring sample. And I don't know what I'm asking. And she's like, okay, just ask him. So I'm like, hi, Mark, this is Tiffany. I'm working with Virgie.
I'm asking about the flooring
floor
sample.
So he's trying to give me this information and I'm trying to take notes. And, you know, I'm like, okay, well, she's going to have to call you back. And then I hang up the phone. And that was not the right move, apparently, because after she gets off her phone call, she looks over at me and she's like, well, so did you get the information? And I said, well, no, I said that you would have to call him back. And she goes, no, why didn't you get the information? Like, I don't know what information I'm trying to get.
Yeah, you just said ask about it.
Yeah, just ask about it. So that was another thing. This is like a whole list. This is in one day. I had like so many stories that like piled into one.
We had to write a whole outline for this one.
Yeah. Oh, she's making checklists that, again, are not in the program that I had. So I couldn't mark things off as I'm going. Presented another problem. And then towards the middle of the day, she's like, okay, the printer is out of toner. So you're going to go get some toner and we're going to go to lunch. And you get an hour for lunch. I brought my lunch. I just kind of ate in the car. And it had been really stressful at this point. I called my husband, Jimmy, and I was like, okay, this is not going well. I don't know what's going on. I thought this was going to be a good fit, but it's not going well. So I'm going to see how the rest of the day goes, but I'm like having a rough time. And then I go get the toner and I come back. And at this point, it's been like almost an hour and a half. They're still not back and the door's locked. Everything's closed. So I like texted Virgie, hi, I'm back at the office. Let me know if you need me to do anything. No response. Another half hour goes by. So it's been like almost 2 hours that they've been out on lunch. She strolls in, unlocks the door. She didn't even apologize or say anything like, sorry for the long lunch. Nothing. She comes over to me and she's like, okay, so you're going to be doing this and this with the invoices. And then I think I asked one question and she goes, didn't you ever take any accounting classes or business classes in school? And I'm thinking, I was an art major. Like, you saw my resume. I didn't take any accounting classes. So I just said no. And then she
verbatim
sits back, eyes get super wide. She looks at me and she goes, wow. To my face while clapping. She's like wow. You've got a lot of catching up to do.
Oh my God.
I'm just like stunned. I didn't know what to say.
The most condescending boss.
So condescending.
I had to slap this.
Okay. So that's the wow story. So I left basically.
Oh my gosh.
I cried on my way home. Was like, that was like the worst first job experience, like first day on the job. And then after like thinking about it for the weekend, I was like, yeah, I'm not going back. And I sent her my email. This is just not the right fit for me.
Yeah. And you know what that was, though? Like, she didn't know how to lead and didn't know how to delegate.
She didn't know how to communicate, delegate, any of the things a boss should be able to do. She could not do.
She'd set you a task and like, oh, that's some shortcoming on your part. Like, just externalizing all the responsibility. Wow.
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 That's good.
I quote that one so much, and now you guys can quote it where you just go, wow. Oh man, that brings us to our last story of
this podcast. Ooh, I like this.
Luke Reed, take it, dude.
Okay. This involves me church hopping and shopping for a new church. So I like church. However, my last job forbade me from going to church on Sundays because I had to work. So anyhow, I was searching for like a evening service. So I was looking around, checking out Apple Maps and stuff, like where's a good church and stuff. And so I found one church. And when you take a look on Apple Maps, you know, you just see like the Yelp slideshow. And so that's really all you know in order to like judge whether or not to participate, you know? And so like I saw like a few screenshots and I was like, okay, cool. Like this place looks like it's happening there, you know, like they've got some like sweet concert type of effects and stuff and reviews are good. And so cool, like let's go. And so I got there. Pretty regular service. I mean, the guy that was featured as a speaker was speaking on very like superficial points and stuff. Pretty much the point of the message was like,
yo, you got to get up there, dude, and be like really a Christian.
And I was sitting through it and I was like, whatever. And so toward the end, okay, this is something that modern day preachers like to do. They want to make it so emotional for you. They want you to go through this experience and just be changed for forever. And so at the end, he was like, okay, we're going to do a call to action. We're going to like vow to the Lord that from this point on, it's just like we're all in. Okay, so first things first, I want everybody in this place just like come toward the front of the stage. We get there and he goes, this is what we're going to do. I want everybody to take off your shoes. And I was like, I'm gonna wait a little bit. The people around me, they were like, okay, cool. Like, I like this guy. Let's go. They take off their shoes, and he's like, and now hold them up. And so everybody's holding up their shoes, which like the smell, dude. I'm like,
emanating.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not really about this, but okay, whatever. Everybody's doing that except for me.
Such an excessive stench that 8 kids had to be hospitalized.
Here's something that I should mention. This is laundry day for me. I don't have my whole wardrobe to select from in order to like get my church clothes out. So like it's the last of all my laundry. I choose the last shirt that's available that's clean and stuff. And it happens to be like this tight shirt, pretty form fitting, shows all the curves. And so I wear that to the worship service. And so everybody has their shoes up. And except for me. We're all worshiping. And I take a look on screen, and it's the camera panning to everybody. And then it fixates on me. Zeroes in. I'm standing there with my hands on my hips, just kind of like judging everybody.
You're like looking around.
And everybody else is like, yeah, like participating with their shoes in the air and stuff. And I'm just here in my tight shirt. I'm just like, taking it all in. Okay. So now that I realize that I'm the last of the Mohicans, dude, that doesn't have their shoes in the air, I'm like, okay, well, like, maybe I should participate. But then another thought crosses my mind. I'm like, no. If I'm the last, dude, if I cave and put my shoes up, it's going to look like I just succumbed to peer pressure. So I cannot be a part of that. And so I was like, you know what? No, I'm going to stand here. And if they want to participate, they can participate. But I'm just going to do what I want to do. Instead of taking my, shoes off, I was just like, I'm going to reach down and tie those suckers harder, I'm tighter even than
Double
knot them. And so after that, the pastor passes the microphone off to the next preacher. And so the pastor descends from stage and stands right next to me. And so the pastor leans over to me. He says something weird that I didn't know how to take at first. But he leans over to me. He's like, big muscles. What?
That's suspicious.
And I kind of looked down at my shirt and I was like, oh yeah, I'm wearing that tight shirt. The way that he said it though was like, I see what's going on. You don't want to put your shoes up in the air because you're this guy that's going to prance around with these big muscles. You're going to be the big dog. He's like,
your muscles are weighing you down.
Big muscles, huh? Yeah. I was like, okay. And so that other pastor that ascended on stage, after his time of, whatever it was he was doing, finishes up, he comes down onto the level that I was at. And he's like, hey man, I noticed you here and, I haven't seen you around before, but I just want to pray for you. And I was like, dude, that's great. That's awesome. I would welcome anybody that wants to pray for me. Cool. And he's like, let me lay your hands on you and pray for whatever demon you have.
The muscle demon.
Yeah.
For not removing your shoes.
For not taking off your shoes and participating in the event, But he didn't say all that, but he just started praying for me as if there was something about me that was impeding me, from participating. So then after all that, they have another pastor come on. And just mind you, dude, we're all college age. We're all young people. Everybody that they've had on stage, college age as well. And so it's why am I going to listen to you, dude? You're just like the blind leading the blind. And so the last people that they have on stage, it's the music people. And they're like, that was amazing. I'm sure that was cataclysmic and change your whole lives and stuff. I want everybody to do the craziest dance that they possibly can on the count of 3. And at that point, I'm like, I don't know about this church. And she's like, on the count of 3. 1, 2. And so I did the dance, but I did the Running Man. And I booked it the hell out of that church. I was like, this place is not for me. This place is crazy. And so I left.
And that's it.
And that's it.
Thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed this episode, do me a favor, leave a rating / review. 5 stars is a power play. Be sure to follow the show and keep up with me on social medias at Spencer Whiteout to stay up to date. As always, stay tuned, stay hyped. That's a wrap.
Inserting exclusive audio recording from the vault.
Come on! Come on.
And that's it.